You know, I don't find myself at a lack of words very often, but last night was one of those times. Not because of what happened, I've played the second game after all and I knew it was coming, but because I had to relive the moment that generated one of the biggest controversies in gaming history. And, well, I went back and forth with how I wanted to start this video, and after an hour or so, I arrived to one simple sentence. I know you're pissed off, and so am I. Let's talk about it.
Say what again? Say what again? Say what again? Say what again?
Before we get into this, let me give a fair warning, just like I have my other Last of Us videos that I'll shamelessly plug here and at the end of this video, because that's what I've reduced myself to these days. There will be spoilers, and this will be an open discussion. No comments will be held, no comments will be deleted. Let me know all of your thoughts, and I'll respond to any and every one, whether what you say is positive or negative. Now, not only will I be going over what happened in the show, but I'll be comparing all of that to its game counterpart, The Last of Us Part 2. Also, real quick, I want to say I appreciate the support on my episode 1 breakdown. You guys win. I'm going to be enduring this torture right along with you. With that being said, let's get into this.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and address the golf club shaped elephant in the room. Joel fucking dies. Yes, that's what happens in the game. Yes, that's what made millions of players simultaneously throw fits of rage. And yes, even though it was ridiculous how it happened, the show somehow made it more stupid. Not only is this small child, this Abby imposter person, lucky enough to find the exact town Joel is in, lucky enough to run into the man she's looking for in a random encounter, and lucky enough that he acts in the most non-Joel way ever, the show adds an extra layer of, we hate you gamers. See, in the show, Dina is accompanying Joel on his patrol along the mountainside, but in the game, it's actually Tommy that goes with him.
Just passing through. You two live nearby?
We do. A few hours down the hill. Y'all should come back with us, restock before you head out.
See, Tommy and Joel are inseparable. Sure, they have their issues, as brothers do, but you have to remember, not only did Joel travel halfway across the country to link up with Tommy during the events of the first game, he traveled down to Salt Lake City and then came back. Outside of Ellie, Tommy is the only family Joel has left. Both the game and the show depict their strong familial connection and willingness to protect one another no matter what. Anyway, the specific change between Tommy and Dina in this instance isn't what pissed me off. It's what they did with Tommy and how Joel reacted that did. See, Joel, Dina, and the Abby imposter person are on the run from an infected horde that was sprung by a totally not retarded attempt of the Abby imposter person to slide her way down the mountainside. I mean, seriously, what was she doing in that scene? What was she trying to accomplish? How did she think that was gonna go down? You know, whatever. Anyway, that horde decides to change course and head towards Jackson because I guess they found a part of the fungus in the pipe or something. And that leaves Tommy to rally the town to help defend it. It was actually a pretty cool scene, not gonna lie. It gave us more of the infected, which was one of the biggest criticisms of the first season, but this scene never happens in the game. So not only is Tommy left behind, which didn't happen in the game, but he's left to deal with a battle with the infected. That also didn't happen in the game. To add insult to injury, Joel sees the attack happening from the mountainside. He sees the infected. He sees the fires. He sees the gunfire. He sees that his brother, sister-in-law, and nephew are in danger. And he fucking chooses to listen to the Abby imposter lady? That's right, dear viewer. Our beloved Joel Miller, one of the most emotionally complex characters in gaming history, not only blindly trusts some random person he's never met, he turns his back on the one true bit of family he has left. Which, you know, now I'm sitting there thinking about it. Did Joel know that Ellie wasn't in Jackson? She could have been, for all he knew, and he still just goes, Which, now look, could Joel have actually made an impact by going back to Jackson? Well, I don't know. All right, odds are probably not. But this is the same guy who punched, stabbed, and shot his way through an entire Firefly compound just to save Ellie. So you never know. He could have done some damage. But it's the fact he didn't even try. He didn't even think about it. He just mentions, hey, I want to go back. And then the Abby imposter person says, nah, we're good. And I guess that's good enough for Joel. What a slap in the face to not only the character of Joel himself, but the gamers that fell in love with his character to begin with. Great job, Neil. You managed to get me to hate you more than I already did. And that's saying something.
But I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
The fun doesn't stop there, guys and gals. I've got something else about the Abby imposter person that pisses me off. See, in the game, we don't know what Abby's reasoning for killing Joel is, at least not when she does it. You find that out about 20 or so hours into the game.
In the fucking building?
Abby.
No!
Abby, don't look.
Dad! Dad! No!
Not in the show, though, and I stopped myself from mentioning this in my episode 1 breakdown, but damn it, they double and triple down on giving her motive away. What made Abby so intriguing, if you want to call her that, in the game is that we didn't know much about her. She was just a random person with a random grudge, and one of the biggest parts of the game was uncovering more about her as time passed. All of that is gone in the show. We know right off the bat that she's hell-bent on getting revenge against Joel, who killed her nameless, faceless father in the first game. So all that mystery's gone. There's nothing else for us to really find out about her. And just don't even get me started on this rule that her mentor gave her that she's not supposed to kill an unarmed person.
Trained us to follow a code. We don't kill people that can't defend themselves.
But then she just proceeds to not just kill an unarmed person, she tortures him. She tortures an unarmed, beaten, battered old man in the most gruesome way possible. Sure, Abby, Joel killed your father in a quick, almost painless way, so let's make sure you drag his death out as long as humanly possible, you dick. And you know what? While you're at it, make sure you're inconsistent with who you're killing, because there's no way in hell Ellie could possibly pose a threat to you when she point blank says that she's going to kill you and all of your friends. Just walk away. Act like she didn't say any of that. No, she's not going to come after you. She's not going to try to kill you. She's not going to try and launch the same path of revenge as you did. Just let the rest of the plot happen. Before I have a rage-fueled brain aneurysm, let me get off of Joel's death to mention this. The infected look like shit. Sure, they took one of the criticisms of the first season and made good on it. We got more infected after all. But did that mean they also had to walk back one of the positive aspects of the first season? The practical effects? I'm pretty sure I saw more CGI in this one battle for Jackson than I did in all of season 1. And most of it was due to the infected. The makeup was gone. The costuming was gone. And instead we got this World War Z retarded ball of a CGI catastrophe, of which the bloater was the biggest offender. In season 1, the bloater from episode 5 was played by stuntman Adam Basil, who was outfitted in a full bodysuit, including numerous prosthetics, and was only aided by CGI. But in season 2, it appears the bloater was entirely computer generated, even when it didn't need to be. Like when Tommy has his 1v1 with it in the alleyway, all those close-up shots, it could have been all practical. Granted, none of this relates to the game in any way, because like I said, Tommy is not in Jackson in the game, but I thought noting the serious quality drop-off here was important. And then there's Ellie. Yep, you don't think I was going to do a Last of Us video without mentioning her, or him, or them, or whatever the hell Bella Ramsey is nowadays. And I will say, she actually did decent. Granted, she's still an insufferable know-it-all and completely disrespectful of the events and people around her. Like when she tries to talk to the race swap version of Maria, while Tommy is obviously speaking to the entire town in a town hall. By the way, I don't know about you guys, but I was hoping for a good laugh, I wanted to see a live-action version of one of the most cringe, vomit-inducing lines of dialogue in video game history.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Smells good.
It's just so stupid. But anyway, Ramsey didn't do too terrible of a job here outside of that. I think seeing her with Jesse at the 7-Eleven turned weed greenhouse was a pretty good moment for her character. It actually showed her being happy, and we all know what was getting ready to happen next. She did manage to capture the emotionality, both anger and sadness, over the death of Joel, so I'll give her props on that one too. But I've never had a problem with that when it comes to her. She's always been decent at showing Ellie's emotional side. It's her not being a disrespectful, unlikable jackass and one of the most punchable people on planet Earth that's the issue. But, oh well, we're stuck with her now, and she's got to carry the whole show without the help of Pedro Pascal. Should make for some really good videos the next couple of weeks. Well, anyway, that's all I've got for this week's analysis. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Good or bad, I'll make sure to respond to any and everyone. I appreciate y'all for checking out my video. I'll talk to y'all later.